Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the new Marvel Legends War Machine, which is the new design for him, which I'm really excited about. This is the one from the Captain America Civil War movie. As you can see from his packaging in the back, he comes on this side of the packaging, and on this side we get that really weird looking Iron Man, which is this one. It's not my favorite, but the War Machine, I'm pretty excited about because the Mark II War Machine, not as cool as the Mark I. The Iron Man 2 look was so good, nice and bulky and awesome. Then they really trimmed it down for Iron Man 3 and for Avengers, the second one. And so I'm really excited that this is a nice bulky War Machine. So let's take him off the stand and see if the figure's actually any good. Well, if I'm being honest, the figure is both good and bad, and we're going to go over all of it so you guys can make a pretty well-informed decision about this purchase. He stands roughly 6 3/4 inches tall to the top of his head, which makes him just over 17 centimeters. So he's definitely not too short. How about the bulk? He looks bulky, but is he actually bulky? Let's compare him to the older design. He is a little bit bulkier. Not a whole lot, but I suppose it's probably not that much bulkier in the movie. So that's a good thing. He definitely has a little bit more meat to his bones, if you want to say that. So it's a good thing. But does it look good? I don't know. He has this sort of bloated look going on in the torso region. Everything looks okay except for right here. The way this is so big, it looks really odd. It kind of throws off the proportioning, and it just kind of sits weird for me. Now, I don't know if that's accurate or not, so I can't really say. We haven't looked at him that close in the trailers, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if you guys even see what I'm talking about. It does look a little bit weird to me, but maybe it won't for you, in which case that's fine. Otherwise, it's a pretty well done figure for the most part. We have a lot of paint detailing, lots of silver mixed in throughout. It's fairly clean. You can see across the abdominal section right there. The line work is not too bad. We have some more line work going around here. It's not perfect, but it's definitely good enough. They continue that paint work. Excuse me. They continue that paint work across the back. We have some nice details there. Nice sculpt work all around. We have the logo on his shoulder, and we have a cross on his chest. It says his name, so that's good. The arc reactor on the chest, it's okay. It's not great, but it has kind of that glowing effect with the red around the pink. Same thing with the eyes. So that's all right. All around it looks pretty good. The sculpt work is okay, assuming the proportions are accurate. It does look weird to me, but that's kind of beside the point. One of the cool things about this guy is he comes with a bunch of accessories. The problem is most of the accessories are really poorly executed, so let's go over those. He has these two gripping hands in the package. He also comes with fist hands. The fist hands just look like fists. So there's not really much to talk about there. Now, I had some people in one of my War Machine reviews say that he doesn't use his hands to shoot repulsor blasts. Well, he did in Iron Man 2, and he always has. It's just always been that he uses his guns also. This guy has no choice, though. No repulsor blast hands, which is a little unfortunate because it is cool to be able to do that, but he does have guns. So let's look at the guns. He has one mounted turret on his back, which has a little hinge on it, and it pegs in like a little square peg, but it doesn't, like, the peg hole is too big for the peg. It just kind of sits in there unless you kind of push it, but then it's still not in there very well. And the gun itself is just not executed very well. It's super floppy. It has this one tiny hinge, which is really poorly put together, and just pops right apart, so that's kind of a bummer. And then it does have a swivel, so that's okay, but it's just really floppy, and it's going to be almost impossible to pose. So I don't really care for that. I'm a bit bummed out by that. The odd thing too about this is on this side, the hole's a different shape. And there's nothing shaped like that. There's no rectangular peg to go in there, so I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure what's up with that. So that's a little troubling also. We do get this piece, which I guess is just the gun turret that also pegs in here, because it's definitely the same sculpt as the turret, but it just goes like that. So I don't know, maybe it sits in there like that normally and then it kind of comes out and is ready to fire in the movie. I don't know, we haven't seen the movie yet, but we have that. And then we have the rectangular hole. I don't get it. So we have those accessories. Then we have these accessories down here on his hips or on his thighs. They kind of just tab in right here. And it looks like in the movie what he'll do is bring his arm down. You can see that tab hole right there. He'll bring his arm down and pick up these little gun turrets, which will connect to his arm, I assume, like this, because we have a tab. And then we also have that, which maybe that's like the magazine. It's an odd design kind of, but whatever. We have those. So it's a lot kind of trimmed down. They're really flimsy though, and they will pop out very easily, and these guys also pop off very easily. So again, it's there, but it's not very well executed, and you can see here, it doesn't fit in there super great. It just kind of looks a little awkward. So they're there, but they're not great, and we have the same thing on this side. And then we also have two other accessories, which are this piece and this piece. So I guess he's got some kind of new baton thing, which looks to me like this is the baton thing collapsed, and this is it when it's open, and it's got some kind of red energy effect going on, which is well enough executed, but it's not as cool as guns. He can hold them, so if you want to, you can do that. That's a good thing. It's fine, but the guns are so poorly executed, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's okay. It's all right. And I thought maybe you were supposed to put this in here, but obviously you would do it while it's closed. So you can kind of wedge that in there if you want to, but I find it troubling that that would be the design. I find it hard to believe, so that's not likely the case. So the accessories are there, but kind of inconsequential because they're not great. As far as the articulation goes, we have a disc up here, so basically a hinged ball peg, so it'll rotate up and down. And then of course you can swivel the head around and lean it just a little bit on that ball peg. Doesn't look all the way up, it does look pretty far down. Full rotation, no problem. The shoulder pads have a slight hinge in there, but not too much, so as you can guess, they're going to get in the way of the articulation a little bit. It works fine going out to the side. When you bring the arm forward though, it doesn't work very much at all, and it's really ugly. You cannot connect shoulder pads to the torso and expect it to work with articulation, especially a ball hinge like this shoulder. It only works straight out to the side, which is kind of a bummer. We have our bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, and then of course each wrist has a swivel and a hinge, as you saw on the other hands. He does have a repulsor in there, but it's not painted. The torso articulation is really stiff, but it feels like a single ball peg. Doesn't have a whole lot of range of motion, a little bit forward, a little bit back, full swivel, and then just the tiniest bit side to side. So he moves around like he's a little bit bloated also. I still prefer the Iron Man 2 design, it's so much better. The hips, full on ball hinge, they don't go very far out to the side, and they really don't go too far forward due to the hip or thigh and hip thigh and hip sculpt. The articulation is limited. That's about it, unless you really want to turn it to the side like that. You have to turn the leg as you bring it forward. We do get our thigh swivel in there. We have a double jointed knee, which works fine. And now the ankle. We have a double ball peg, which is super odd because it's horrible. It doesn't accomplish really anything. You get the tiniest ankle rocker, and that's it. It doesn't really do anything. It's like they just put that in there to connect the foot. It might as well just be a fixed joint. I don't get why they did that. So all in all, it's a decent looking figure. It's well enough painted and well enough sculpted that it'll look cool. So if you want to just put him in kind of like a hero walking pose or something like that, which is still going to be difficult because you can't move the ankles, that doesn't look like a hero at all. He'll be okay enough, but he's really not a great figure. He's pretty disappointing. So I don't know. I don't know if it would warrant the purchase of that 2-pack, but if you're a War Machine fan, then you might like it enough. Doesn't look bad necessarily, it's just not very well executed. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see my upcoming figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.